G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because finally the Waratahs has beaten the Brumbies after a 13-game losing streak. Man, I forgot how long, how bad Waratahs has been for so long. It is a bit of a breath of fresh air. The Waratahs went out there. It was the team that was more keen to play the game tonight. I thought, especially in the first half, the Waratahs went for the tries and Brumbies was just happy to kick a couple of penalties. Only in the second half where the Brumbies were finally like, hey, we're going to play some more rugby, started to fronting up in that physicality, but still wasn't quite able to wrestle the scoreboard back in their favor. They got pretty close, but just wasn't quite good enough. I thought Max Jorgensen was once again outstanding for the Waratahs, attacking, a bit of a kicking as well, just speed. Just absolutely amazing talent for the Waratahs coming through. And I thought both teams' accuracy was really low this game. There was a lot of drop balls. The set piece wasn't that accurate either. And yeah, overall, it was just sloppiness. I thought Brumbies were probably worse, a lot worse, especially in the first half. Lots of like passes is not going to anybody sort of thing. And yeah, I was expecting a bit more for both teams, to be honest, when it comes to those handling errors. I do think that the physicality was awesome tonight. There was lots of big hits and questionable high shots that was not looked at. But hey, it is what it is. A big game, and let the guys go at it a little bit is always fun for the fans, as long as nobody got knocked out. There was a couple of questionable shots I thought probably should have looked at, but the TMO and the referee did not entertain those incidents. And you are here, obviously. Ben O'Keefe is going to be the talking point for this video. Usually I like to talk about referees because people say that I'm biased, but I think the referee was just equally bad tonight. This has to be the worst referee, like the worst performance as a referee in the entire career for Ben O'Keefe, right? And it's not like, oh, he's biased. Maybe if you're a Brumbies fan, you think he's a little bit biased towards Waratahs. I do think that there was a few calls where, but I'm not here to call him biased. I just think this was a really, really, really bad performance by Ben O'Keefe. And in fact, if you're a Brumbies fan and you think he is biased, I don't blame you, because it's pretty bad out there. It's pretty bad. So let's have a look at some of the incidences. Even Morgan Turanui pointed at this one. So this guy's offside. Lonergan tries to pass to Alaatua and he hits the player. He's a bit injured, but he's not like knocked out or anything. He's just got a wrist injury. This does not excuse him standing like in the passing channel of the opposition team. He needs to lay it on the ground, just not obstructing the pass. This should be a penalty, regardless of you have an injury or not. This should be a penalty because you have disrupted the game. And Ben O'Keefe just like, that's fine, no penalties. And the Waratahs actually got like a turnover here. It was so bad. I was like, what on earth is going on? And Morgan Turanui even pointed this out. It was like, that's not allowed. Even if you are injured, you're not allowed to just be like blocking the passing and stopping the gameplay. So really bad for Ben O'Keefe there. Especially he's like the best referee in New Zealand and one of the best referees in the world. I don't know why he said I was okay. This was baffling. There was another one here. Jorgensen clearly had his foot on the line. He tried to scoop the ball back in field. The Waratahs actually scored a try after this. So he's trying to scoop the ball back in field. So, oops. Let's just watch this. So his foot is clearly in touch when he touched the ball. And yeah, that should be out, right? Because he hadn't. So this is the thing. He's allowed to be in touch if before the ball goes out of the line of the touch line, he's allowed to hit the ball back in field. But he actually like caught the ball and threw it back in field, right? So that's the difference. So this is actually really hard to judge what he did there. So let's have another look, right? So if he just went on and just clearly smacked the ball in field, that's actually fine. As long as the ball hasn't crossed the sideline, the boundary, or over the sideline, that's fine. But if he catches the ball and then throw it in field, that is out. So you have to kind of look at this whether or not. So he's clearly caught the ball here. Yeah, so that's out. He's clearly caught the ball with both hands here. So you didn't just smack it in. If you just smacked it in, then even if he can actually stand outside the bound and keep the ball. As long as the ball don't go out, he's actually able to block the ball from going out, and that's fine. But this looks like he's clearly caught the ball and then try to throw it back as his foot reached in touch, right? So he's caught it and then went up, dropped it back in. That's out. That's actually out. So yeah, a little bit hard to explain because it's actually kind of weird. The law goes. So you technically, if you just hit the ball back in the field with his foot on the line before the ball actually goes out of bound, that's actually okay. But and anyway, I think he's caught the ball before he's thrown it back in field. And this actually led into a try against the Brumbies as well. And yeah, a lot of fans will find this really bizarre. But I think the TMO has deemed that he's hit the ball back in field and didn't actually catch the ball to rule this a try. That's a decision. But to me, he's clearly caught the ball and then tried to throw it in field as his foot went into touch. So that's it. And this one here, I don't know what's going on. So there was a clear knock on or a knock back. So it's really hard to see because this is the camera angles is a bit wonky sometimes. This could be forward, could be back. If you look at the line here on the ground, a lot of seals seems to be back. This seems to be a knock back, to be honest. And in fact, the best person to tell whether it's forward or back is the referee on the field. And the referee on the field says it's knocked back, right? The TMO has absolutely no evidence, no clear evidence that this was knocked forward, especially after the referee on the field says it was knocked back. Yet the TMO goes back and rules this a knock on after a try has been scored by the Brumbies 10 phases later. So yeah, so there's again a lot of technical things we need to talk about. So yes, they changed the law. So it's how it used to be that the TMO only able to look at 2 phases after the try has been scored, but that's no longer the case. The law has been changed to last attacking possession, which means the last time the ball has changed hands between the 2 teams, right? So basically they can check as long as it takes before the ball was previously touched by the Waratahs. That's all valid for the TMO to check now when the try is scored. So even though this happened 10 phases or so before the try was scored, the TMO is allowed to check this. But the TMO do not have sufficient evidence to overrule the referee's on-field decision of the ball being knocked back, because this was not clear evidence. This was not clear evidence the ball was knocked back, right? Let's watch this again. There's no clear evidence this ball has knocked back from the camera angle, as you can see. As you can see, a lot of series there. The ball's landed there. There's like a line here. And it's really hard to tell, right? They could be back, it could be forward. It's really hard to tell, which means the TMO has no clear evidence. This is no conclusive to say this is definitely forward, especially when if the referee didn't say anything, I think the TMO can actually say that's fine, it's knocked on. But the fact that the referee on the field has said it's knocked back, he cannot overrule that with this footage here. So yeah, this was super bad. And what's really mind-boggling to me is that the Ben O'Keefe overrules his own decision after watching this footage. It's just, it's so bad. It's actually the worst performance in Ben O'Keefe the entire career as a referee. This was bad. Anyway, let's move on. And if you're a Brumbies fan, I fully understand why you'd be super upset by these decisions. So anyway, let's move on and look at the match stats for the 2 teams. 4 tries to 3 for the Waratahs, 398 run meters for the Waratahs to 510 for the Brumbies, 15 turnovers conceded for the Waratahs, 16 against the Brumbies, 196 tackles for the Waratahs, 12 missed tackles, 160 tackles made for the Brumbies, 17 missed tackles. there was 25 kicks in play for the Waratahs, 27 for the Brumbies. Two missed conversions. Boy, that's 4 points there. Could be 1 point behind. Yeah, really close there. But the Waratahs was 100% in the goal kicking, which is really good. 766 in run kick meter from hand for the Waratahs, 718 for the Brumbies. There was 4 lineouts lost for the Waratahs, 2 lineouts lost for the Brumbies. Very rusty all over the place for both teams. There was 1 scrum loss for the Waratahs. I thought the scrum was pretty even, to be fair. I thought maybe it was a bit messy. The referee kind of just wasn't entertained about resetting the scrum. So, yeah, that it is what it is nowadays with these referee decisions. 11 penalties considered by the Waratahs, 7 against the Brumbies, and 2 yellow cards. Yeah, so not ideal there for the Brumbies to play with 14 players for 20 minutes. But I think that the Brumbies not backing themselves more in the first half, leading to only 2 conversions, not 2 penalties, is probably what really led the team down. I think the Brumbies had everything needed to go. This was a tough one for them. I think they could have won this one in so many different ways. I could have gone their way. Anyway, let's have a look at the recap of the game. So a minute into the game, there was immediately a penalty to the Brumbies. They take 3 points. This one, I'm actually okay, because it's like you want to calm the nerves down. Just take 3 points. Get some scoreboard pressure on the board. But you just can't do this constantly, right? You need to strike when you have the ascendancy. Right from the kickoff, when everybody's still probably warming up, I'm okay with this one. But then 9 minutes into the game, another golden opportunity for the Brumbies. They take another 3. And this one I wrote, they've taken all the pressure off. The Waratahs was under the pumps. And the Brumbies just went, yep, we're happy to just let you guys take a breather. And that turned out to be the big problem there. 18 minutes into the game, the Waratahs decided to play some rugby, some really nice hand down the field. Rob Leota was down the sideline, popped the ball back in field to Teddy Wilson, the number 9, going for the try. 7 points to 6. Suddenly, the Waratahs are back in front with 1 point. 24 minutes again. The Waratahs decided to play. Lola Seal was a drop. There was a big hit on Lola Seal. He dropped the ball. The ball was kind of scooped up, passed to Tristan Riley. He kicked the ball down the field, went down, scooped up the ball, and then stepped in field for the try. 14 points to 6. There was a yellow card to Billy Pollard for hitting Langy Gleeson on the head here. 26 minutes in the game. So it's just a tackle, pretty standard stuff. Nothing malicious. Just hit him in the head as the players were falling. 34 minutes of the game, the Tars was having a bit of fun. They really you can feel the ascendancy. The ACT Brumbies was falling off in defense as well. There was a nice little backdoor ball to Jorgensen. He threw the ball over the top. 2 of his teammates all the way out wide to Leota again. 1-on-1, Leota on Muirhead. Big boy runs him over, runs over the small boy. 21 points to 16 for the Waratahs, a halftime score. 48 minutes in the game, the Brumbies, this is what I'm talking about. Bonnie built 20 phases, look at that, they scored, and the TMO went back to check this. 51 minutes into the game, the Brumbies back into the Waratahs half, just pounding, lots of physicality. There was a penalty advantage eventually. Alan Alatoa crashed himself over for a try, 21 points to 11. 54 minutes of the game, this is the second yellow card. Tom Hooper did the WWE suplex on, who was it? I think it was one of the props on the Waratahs side. Did a suplex on him, definitely not allowed. And that's a yellow card. Morgan Turinui asked the question, why is this a yellow card when the player didn't land on his head? This is a dangerous, bad move. It doesn't matter if you didn't land on the head. You're not allowed to toss someone over their head like that, regardless of where it landed. It is straight up an illegal move. And also I think what's his name? Anyway, so it is just not allowed. And also this happened after the ball kind of cleared away. It's also a bit of a bad sportsmanship, as one of the other commentators has raised the issue there as well. I think even if it wasn't bad sportsmanship, it still should just be a yellow card, because it's a bad move. You can't just do something you can't just say, oh, this guy got injured, and then you start sending people. You wanted to ban people from doing the move initially, so people never get an opportunity to get injured, and I think that's the right decision there. Anyway, 67 minutes of the game, Luke Reimer was at it again. There was a line out for the Brumbies. They went for the maul. Luke Reimer rammed it in, 21 points to 18. 73 minutes into the game, what's his name? Walton got the ball in the midfield from Jorgensen, There's a little kick over the top and a little soccer skill, toe the ball forward, and the Waratahs goes in for another one, 28 points to 18. And finally, 76 minutes in the game, the Brumbies strikes immediately back. There was some forward momentum by the Brumbies inside the Waratahs 22. Debrasini, crossfield kick, and Muirhead caught this on the full. Grounded, try time, super clean try, 28 points to 23. And that was it. The Brumbies couldn't quite get a last minute try to put out an upset. Waratahs just defended well, didn't give away silly penalties. And that was the history being made for the Waratahs. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about this game. Let me know your thoughts about some of the referee decision making. I have to actually look up the law book about some of these things to figure it out myself, how the referee came to these decisions. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.